Hello YouTubers and vintage radio enthusiasts. Radio for this video is an SBE Lane Command LCB-8 40 channel AM deluxe bass. This is the LCB and not the LCB-S, so this is a straight AM. It's not the the LCB-S-8 is a 40 channel single sideband unit, and actually, if I remember right, this radio and its bigger brother are Uniden radios. I think the LCB-S-8 is a single conversion 8719 PLL unit, so it's nothing but a Cobra 142 GTL / Uniden Washington, and so on and so forth. This radio here, the LCB-8, see if I get the model number to show up without too much glare. There you go. LCB-8 is the same thing as a Cobra 1000 GTL, which is basically the same thing as a Cobra 89 GTL. And there's probably a few other radio models out there floating around, that are this same chassis. It's basically, these radios are nothing but Cobra 29 GTLs, LTDs, and so forth. But the board layout's a little different, but it's the same radio. Pretty deluxe feature. They didn't make these for, I don't think, very long. It's a Taiwan radio. This probably would have been one of the first, or if not the first models, along with the Cobra 2000 that they made when they Uniden switched production from Japan to Taiwan. I think this radio is pretty short-lived. The Cobra 1000s and these and so forth, I think they only made, maybe 2 to 4 years, somewhere around there. They are a lot less common than, say, like a Cobra 2000 and so forth. Now, the LCB-S-8 40 channel sidebander, it's pretty uncommon too. It seems like its production was pretty short-lived, kind of like this one. I guess SBE, got out. Either went under or just got out of CBs or whatever, and that was just the end of all their models. So as far as I know, these Lane Commands, the Lane Command series, I think was their last series. Getting on channel 19 right now. It's early afternoon. That's pretty much the most action at the moment. There wasn't even much of anything on the Super Bowl right now. As I mentioned, pretty full featured. It's got TX indicator, RX, instant channel 9 indicator, and antenna warning indicator. It has SWR / modulation meter. There's your SRF meter. Instant channel 9, CBPA, noise limiter, noise blanker on separate controls. This controls whether the left meter will read modulation or SWR, because that meter is dual purpose, and then there's your calibrate for your SWR. I can show you that. I need to get off of channel 19 here to do this. Boy, much quieter on 21. TX indicator works. Audio, modulation indicator. I just got a Midland hand mic on it. Audio. RF signal indicator is working. Let's see. I think instant channel 9. Instant channel 9 indicator works, and it just blanks out the channel display whenever you activate it. This radio turns on via push button, power on off. Has a large digital clock like the Cobra 1000s have. Channel indicator. They're actually, both of them are brighter than shows up here in the video, because the lights, the light from the video camera is really, washing them out / dimming them. I guess I'll go back to 19 here. There's a little more action there. Might want to turn the volume down here. This is just all clock features. It has an auto, which is basically an alarm function, that'll turn the radio on at a preset time. This stuff's pretty self-explanatory to set the clock, fast, slow, hold, so on and so forth. Main channel selector knob. Got a large, it's got a headphones jack. Use a large phono. Mic on this. This is something that's odd. Yeah, it's dropping out because this mic's got a problem. I don't know if it's broken wire on the plug. It's just not making good contact. I'm not sure, but I'm just using a hand mic on it for video purposes. I normally run a Turner Plus 3 on this, and it seems to match, excellent to this radio. This radio wires 5-pin Cobra, so it wires like the 142 GTL, Cobra 2000, the Uniden Washington, and and a host of others, the Uniden Grant XL, so on and so forth. Regular 5-pin Uniden. I think the Cobra 1000, if I remember right, it was a standard 4-pin Cobra, if I remember correctly. So I thought that was a bit unusual since it's the same radio. There's your SWR, cal control and knob to set it. It's got a variable dimmer control. Delta tunes, adjustable, receive clarifier. It's got a tone control, and that's something I really like the radios to have. And of course, it's something that can be incorporated in a, for an external speaker or whatnot. But it's kind of nice if the radio itself already has that feature, in my opinion. Mic gain, RF gain, squelch, and volume. I think I bought this radio very early last year off of eBay. Most of the wear on it is on the top. It's got scratches. A former owner engraved their handle and their name up on the front trim piece. The white piece of paper is laying up there because he also engraved his social security number. That was something people seem to have really done with radios back in the 70s and 80s, and of course we all know now that's a no-no. So I don't know if the gentleman's still alive or not, but regardless, I don't want his social security number showing up in my video for all to see. Sides are in pretty good shape on this radio. As mentioned, the top is got the most wear. I don't know if I can get this to show up or not, but it's got one of the original warning sticker on the side. Base pretty good shape. A little bit of wear, around the speaker grill. But overall it's pretty nice. It's kind of like class of radio I like. I don't like the engraving, but I actually like them to have a little wear. I'm not a mint radio collector because I do use all my radios. I'm always a swapping, and this is actually one of my favorites for just a straight AM. This is a good performer. I get a lot of compliments with the Turner Plus 3 of how this radio sounds. Apparently sound quality is, once you get the right microphone for the radio and your voice, sound quality on these is pretty excellent. Receive sound quality is pretty good too. I'm using the internal speaker right now. It's a front fire. It doesn't sound as good with it as it does with my external speaker. I use some Jensen truck box stereo speakers for my externals, but they actually work excellent. Anyhow, I think that pretty much covers this radio. I wouldn't call it rare, but it definitely is an uncommon radio. I think all the SBE LAN commands, I consider all of them to be uncommon. Anyhow, that is the SBE LAN command LCB-8 40-channel deluxe featured base station made by Uniden in Taiwan. This is Operator Paul 262 Sunny 73s. Hope to catch you all on the band. Bye for now.